Bavaria, Germany, March 1922. There is a specific kind of silence in the hinterlands. It is the silence of snow. It swallows sound. It hides tracks. And sometimes, it hides monsters. About 70 kilometers north of Munich stood a lonely farmstead known as Hinterkaifeck. Isolated by the forest. Cut off by the winter. By April 4th, the mailman noticed something wrong. The mail was piling up. The newspapers were untouched. No one had been seen for days. Concerned neighbors decided to investigate. They walked through the snow, calling out names. Andreas? Kazilia? Only the silence answered. They pushed open the heavy barn door. Inside the barn, hidden beneath a layer of hay and an old door, they found a stack of bodies. 4 of them, layered on top of each other like firewood. Inside the house, they found 2 more. 6 people. Slaughtered. But the most terrifying part wasn't the violence. It was the fact that long before the first blow was struck, the family knew they were being watched. To understand the terror of Hinterkaifeck, we must rewind a few days. Andreas Gruber, the 63-year-old patriarch of the family, was a stern, difficult man. He wasn't easily scared. But days before the murders, he told his neighbors a strange story. It had snowed recently. Andreas went outside and found a set of footprints. Fresh tracks. They emerged from the dense forest and led directly to the farmhouse. Andreas followed them. He checked the doors. He checked the windows. But he found something that made his blood run cold. There were footprints leading to the house, but there were no footprints leading away. Someone had walked into his home and simply vanished. Strange things began to happen. Keys disappeared from their hooks, only to reappear in different places. A Munich newspaper was found in the house, a newspaper that no one in the family had subscribed to. And at night, the sounds. Footsteps in the attic. The creaking of floorboards above their heads while the family sat eating dinner. The family tried to ignore it. But the servants couldn't. 6 months earlier, the previous maid had quit abruptly. She fled the farm in a panic, telling anyone who would listen that the house was haunted. She said she felt eyes watching her from the shadows. She was lucky. She listened to her intuition. Because something was in the house. It wasn't a ghost. It was something much worse. March 31st, 1922, a Friday. A new maid. 44-year-old Maria Baumgartner arrives at the farm. It is her first day. She unpacks her bags. She meets the family. Maria doesn't know about the footprints. She doesn't know about the attic. She has arrived just in time for the slaughter. As evening falls, a strange sequence of events begins. One by one, the 4 adults and the 7-year-old girl are lured from the warm house into the freezing barn. We don't know why. Did they hear a noise? Did the cattle get loose? But they went singly. And as each person stepped through the barn door, they were struck down instantly. The weapon was a mattock, a heavy pickaxe used for digging roots. The killer was brutally efficient. Most died from a single blow to the head. Andreas. The wife. The daughter. The young girl. They fell on top of each other. The killer didn't move them. He simply let them pile up. But he wasn't finished. The killer then walked into the house. He went to the bedroom where the new maid, Maria, was unpacking. He killed her. He went to the crib where 2-year-old Joseph was sleeping. He killed the baby with a blow to the face. And then, a bizarre act of care. In the barn, the killer covered the stack of bodies with hay. In the house, he covered the mother's body with a duvet. He covered the baby with a dress. It was a moment of intimacy in a sea of carnage. This is where the Hinterkaifeck case shifts from a murder mystery to a psychological nightmare. The autopsies revealed that the family died on Friday night. But the bodies weren't discovered until Tuesday. 4 days. During those 4 days, the farm was not empty. Witnesses passing by the farm on Saturday and Sunday reported seeing smoke rising from the chimney. When police searched the house, they found evidence that someone had been living there. Fresh bread had been cut. Meat had been eaten from the pantry. The bed in the maid's room had been slept in. The killer didn't flee in a panic. He stayed. He lived in the house with the corpses of the people he had just killed. But the most disturbing detail concerns the animals. The cattle in the barn were not starving. When police arrived, the cows were well fed. The killer had gone out to the barn, stepping over the mound of bodies he had hidden under the hay, to milk the cows and feed them. He looked after the farm while the owners rotted at his feet. Who possesses that kind of cold detachment? Who was the man in the attic? The police first suspected robbery. But this theory collapsed immediately. In the house, police found large amounts of cash and gold jewelry in unlocked drawers. Nothing of value was taken. This was personal. Suspicion fell heavily on a neighbor, Lorenz Schlittenbauer. Lorenz had a complicated history with the family. When the search party found the bodies, it was Lorenz who unstacked them. He disturbed the crime scene before police arrived. Was he checking to see if his son was alive? Or was he ensuring his work was finished? He acted strangely, but there was never enough evidence to arrest him. The investigation became a circus. In a desperate move, the police decapitated the corpses. They sent the 6 skulls to Munich to be examined by clairvoyants and psychics. The psychics found nothing. And in the chaos of World War II, the skulls were lost. The family was buried headless. A final indignity. 1 year after the murders, the neighbors did the only thing that made sense. They tore the farm down. They demolished Hinterkaifeck to the ground, trying to erase the evil that lived there. Today, only a small shrine stands in the middle of a flat, green field. It marks the spot where 6 people met their end. The case remains unsolved. But the footprints in the snow serve as a chilling reminder. We lock our doors to keep the danger out. But at Hinterkaifeck, the danger was already inside, waiting in the attic, listening to them breathe. Is your attic door locked tonight? This is Dormant Files. If you hear footsteps upstairs, don't go looking. See you in the next file.